Pray that you give wisdom and discernment for all the elected officials that are under this gold dome today and every day. Lord, I also pray that you lift up the servicemen and women serving here at home and abroad. Put a hedge of protection around them, and the ones that are serving abroad, please bring them home safely. In your heavenly name, I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Senator. Said I'm going to change our order up just a little bit. I'm going to call on Representative Hogan. Said if you would grab that microphone up there at the podium and talk to us about what we got. Is he witness podium light? There we go.
Thank you,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Chairman, members of the committee. I bring before you today House Bill 1011, LC 393152. This is a very, we always say over in the House, a simple bill. It's exempting the low-speed vehicles from having to have a permit for a strobe light that's required by law to be on top of the vehicle. A slow-moving vehicle is one that can travel up to 25 miles an hour. It has to meet all the requirements of an automobile, has to have a tag, lights, safety belts, and everything else required on an automobile. The permit is $2. DOT and Department of Revenue are losing money on $2 permit. So it's not, I'm just trying to do away with the requirement because the strobe light is required by state law, just like lights and tail lights and so forth.
Senator Watson has a question for you.
Thank you, Representative Hogan. Do the strobe lights save lives?
They do. It has to be seen within 500 feet of an approaching vehicle. So that's approaching vehicles that can slow down.
Yeah, I mean, is there data on that? Is that why we require that? You may know that answer. Do you
The
have
what?
I would hope that we have data that it shows that having strobe lights on in my neighborhood, golf carts saves lives. Do we have some?
Well,
data?
golf carts are not required to have strobe lights.
So what are we talking
It's a
about?
slow moving vehicle. The brand name of most of them are called Gems, and they can go up 25 miles an hour. Golf cart is supposed to be limited to 15 miles an hour unless they take the governors off or whatever, and that's illegal. But you have some people who do that. And they can be on the road up to the speed limit. I mean, the speed requirement on the road up to 35 miles an hour. If they've been on the road for 45 miles an hour, that's illegal.
So there's a distinction at 15 to 25. So golf carts aren't supposed to go over 15.
This is
miles
not
an
a
hour.
golf cart. This is a slow moving vehicle. You have a lot of them on St. Simons, Tybee Island.
And we got so I probably used a bad term there. Your slow moving vehicle, if it goes more than 15, it has to have a strobe light. Under 15, it doesn't have to have a strobe light. So
Well, if it's a slow moving vehicle, it's required to have all the stuff that an automobile has, tag and everything. And 25 miles an hour is what they're supposed to be limited to.
Chairman Watson said I might
help me out here.
refer you here. One of the things that I know those strobes are much more visible. So just because we passed a law probably 25 years ago, that we put a strobe on every school bus. And we
Yeah.
didn't, and one of the things, if you ever see school bus,
yeah,
you can
I've
see all
noticed
kind
that.
of visibility and
Yeah.
I don't have any problem with how much they improve visibility. Said
Does it save lives? And we have data on that.
well, I don't know that we have data. Said if anybody's here,
I'm sure DOT does, but I do not. I just know that a strobe light, surely it's going to save some lives. if people see 'em.
Listen, it also causes seizures too. So
Cause what?
seizures. So
Well, I'm not a doctor like you are, but
I mean, I don't know. We were passing something. I just
Well-
don't know the data on. I thought we would have some, but maybe not. Okay.
are there any other questions from committee members? Senator Anavatarte, what number you?
Thanks for being here, Representative Hogan.
Thank you.
Just for background, who who asked you to do this bill, or what's the impetus of doing this bill?
To do away with the requirement of having, they have a permit. You don't have to have a permit for anything else on that slow moving vehicle.
Is this,
And the DOT is in favor of this, and also the Department of Revenue.
okay? Thank you.
The Senator C, what number are you?
Perfect. 10.
Yes, yeah, I knew you were.
Mr. Chairman, I apologize. I haven't done my due diligence. I am so lost as to what this is and why it's needed and where it came from and all of that.
Ask away.
I don't have the questions because I'm just trying, I was Googling, trying to figure out all of this stuff. I just got unreadiness right now because I should have come in a lot earlier so I can get this, but I didn't even have it on my desk. That was one of the reasons I came in here. I'm thinking I'm gonna grab something and go back and do my due diligence, but I haven't been able to get it together. So I apologize. That's all I'm gonna say, because I can't support something I'm not ready to support.
Representative Hogan, I know you want to get your bill moving, but it appears that some of my committee members have some concerns, and they I don't want to not pass your bill. So
Well, I'd be
if
glad to
it's-
answer any questions. This does nothing with the strobe light.
The,
Strobe lights are already required by state law. They
we
have been that way for some time. All this does is do away with the permit.
yes, sir, and we want to pass your bill. Said but we want to feel comfortable in doing that. So
I understand.
I'm gonna ask that we do just a hearing today. And
Okay,
we'll meet again next week. Said we'll look at taking action on your bill. Maybe we can get the appropriate agencies, whether that be DOT or some others that can help us with the necessary side of a strobe. I never thought about strobe causing seizures. That's a new one for me, but they are one of those things that I know we put them on every school bus in the state.
and
So,
they're basically on every farm piece of equipment that's traveling down the road too.
well, there's a lot of, it's not required on farm equipment, but I try to put them on the ones that I drive. So I know it's a worthy thing you're doing. So but we'll hold off on you, taking any action on your bill today, and we'll bring it back up at our meeting next week. That
Thank you.
works for you. Thank you, Representative Hogan. The next item on our agenda is Representative Vance Smith has House Bill 1089. Representative Smith.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The LC number is 432197. This is a Department of Revenue bill. We have registration of motor carriers in the state of Georgia. And over the record keeping through the years, they've noticed that a number of violations, 873 violations last year. People are not registering these motor vehicles. 90% of the violators are from out of state. The penalty for not registering in the past has been $25. We'd like to increase that to $145. I guess maybe it's like the old saying, they'd rather ask forgiveness and pay the penalty, get the registration, I mean. So we'd like to do that. Surrounding counties, surrounding states, Alabama's, theirs range from $100 to $500. South Carolina's $145. North Carolina's $100, and Tennessee varies by each county. So we went with the 145 that's similar to South Carolina's. And I can try to answer any questions. I think we have a couple people from DOR that have zoomed in. If y'all have the Zoom, if you need some department expertise, would be great. But I'd love your consideration in this bill.
Questions for Representative Smith? And I think everybody here recognizes that Representative Smith was a past commissioner for GDOT. Are there any other questions? Anybody want to make a motion on? have a motion from Chairman Watson and a second from floor leader Dixon, timely as it might be. Said all in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. The passes unanimously. If Lindsay can get his right and left, okay, well, his right was up, so we'll give him that one.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Representative Smith said I'm going to ask that said, I might ask our chairman of higher ed to help us with this bill on the floor, if that's okay with you.
Yes, sir.
Would
At
you
your
mind carrying this
discretion.
bill on the floor there? Chairman Tippins, thank you. Said so
You gonna do it for me? Okay, I couldn't hear him too good. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, sir.
thank you. The other bill that we have on our agenda is a substitute bill, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, but we're not going to take any action on it today. One of the things that for me, we try to wear the badge that we have. Said mine today says transportation. Said and I got to looking at what we do every day, what you see everybody in the state doing. And unfortunately, you come to intersections and you come to looking at what folks are doing. And if you would, back your chair up just a little bit. Said and I want you to look 20 feet out in front of you, see what you see. So back your chair up just a little bit. And then I want you to stare at your right knee. Said yes, ma'am. I know your knee's getting bad, but it's so good looking. It was a 10. Said so when you stare at your right knee, you cannot see what you were looking at right out in front of you. If it's physically impossible to. That being the case, what I'm seeing every day, people pull up to a traffic light. They know it's against the law to hold their phone. They grab hold of their phone, they hold it down here at their knee. They're oblivious to everything that's going on around them. And when that happens, said there could be a pedestrian, a bicyclist, the traffic light changes, or a car sitting in front of them. What happens is the person behind them is missing the light, the road rage from holding up traffic and slowing down folks. It's a problem that happens time and time again. And I'm going to tell you, I took a lot of physics when I was in school. Said as an engineer, near as I could tell, there's not a car that is sitting at a complete and full stop that can run you over. That being the case, said I look at it and I would much prefer those drivers to have that phone up there at eye level where they have peripheral vision of what's going on around them. And can see if there's a pedestrian or motorist or anything else that's going on. So they have better vision. And I'm going to tell you, for me, said I support our law enforcement community. And I know as I go down the road, and I hope you all understand that we do not want to see anybody texting and driving or breaking the law. And right now, so you see it, I see it. They're driving, they're holding their phones, they're doing a lot of different things they shouldn't be doing, whether it's driving impaired or whatever. So for me, law enforcement has their hands full trying to enforce the law. I'd much rather them be focused on those people that are moving than those people that are sitting still. So if y'all remember what we did with SB 203, said I believe that was this substitute. We passed it. It came out in a different bill. Senator Gooch had a bill to allow for you to mount a windshield mount for your device. And we actually passed that in a different bill, and this one was open. And so Senator Gooch and I had talked about this bill, and since he's not here, I'm going to hold up on taking a vote on it. But I did want to let you know what's going on with the bill and why we have a substitute, because we want to try to encourage people to move. That's our transportation. We want to move people and freight around the state. We want to do it safely. We don't want people getting into an accident. We don't want people getting hurt. And for me, this is something that Senator Gooch and I have talked a little bit about, and I just wanted to make sure that the committee was aware why we're looking at a substitute. Yes, Senator C. Number 10.
Perfect.
Perfect 10. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Chairman, I do want to say, I said to my colleague, when I first read it, aren't they doing this already? And he said, yeah, but it's not legal, right? So it's a lot of people have their phones mounted on the windshield, not just the dashboard. And I honestly thought it was legal because I see quite a few folks with their phone,
We,
the adapter thing you put in there on the windshield. Is that what we're talking about in this book?
we did change the law on that. I believe it was it last year? It was last year. It was a different bill. It was different from the one that Senator Gooch had. Said they, and so his bill, has basically been taken into law. If you look at the substitute language is so that those people that are sitting at a traffic control device, and that would be either a stop sign or a stoplight, or pulled over on the shoulder of the road, could, while they're at and I'll quote you the on line 23, at a full and complete stop, that they could then touch their phone, hold their phone, and do something. And I'll tell you, said that it was interesting. Today's Realtor Day. Said I won't name in particular which one of the folks that worked for the Realtor Association, but he told me just yesterday, his wife had their phone mounted on the dash. She reached up to turn the phone on and received a citation for turning the phone on, said while sitting at a traffic light. So for me, if you're sitting perfectly still, you cannot run over somebody. That's the thing for me. The officer said that she was texting, said and you know, I wasn't there, but that was reported to me today from some of our realtor friends. And to me, I can tell you, it's a challenge. We see people and doing a lot of different things, but I'm not too worried about somebody that's sitting at a full and complete stop ever running anybody over. That being, could be, said because I think they touch the screen quite a bit. That completes the business of the committee today. I do want to make sure you've got a couple things that on the agenda. I think there's a Council for Quality Growth has a meeting scheduled for us. Hopefully you've seen an email on it and some others that if you would pay attention to that and RSVP to Emily said on your attendance at those meetings. So thank y'all very much. We stand adjourned.